Hello, I thought I'd make another quick vlog. I have more to say. Um, Speaking of prayer, a prayer life and religion, like they made me believe because I was all about being Catholic and everything, and for some reason, they made me believe that organized religion was just a, a waste of time and all of that. And they do that to many, many people. But it's not. In an active prayer life, because that's all I can do right now, really helps. But if I could practice my entire religion, I know nothing could harm me. I'm talking about from the occult. Because they put a curse on me that I can't clean. And I used to clean all the time. And my house was always spotless and I kept it very clean. And then they stopped me from doing the dishes. And I did the dishes. I would even leave a spoon in the sink. I would wash it. In my car, like, it was so clean. And then all of a sudden, from one day to the next, I just didn't clean. And, this has been going on for years. And so what I'm trying to say is that, through prayer, a few times I was able to, like, really get organized and really put my house together again and do all that. And then they took it away again. They took the prayer away. Um, so what I, and I'm trying to get at this, that there are so many people who aren't aware that they have been cursed or have a spell on them or a jinx on. I don't know what any of this is. I don't know the difference between a spell or a curse or a jinx or a hex or any of that. All I know is that people are unaware that that has happened to them. This is Father John. And people can live their entire lives. This is Marissa. People can live their entire lives and never realize what Jesus had in store for them because of the hexes and the jinxes and the curses. They'll take away your gifts, or they'll distract you so much that you won't find your gifts or know your gifts or practice your gifts. You may go into the wrong profession because you were distracted so much from a curse or a jinx or a hex or whatever else they have out there. I don't know what it all is. But, and so staying close to Jesus and a nice religious life really makes it very difficult for them to put hexes and curses and jinxes and spells on anyone. The closer you are to Jesus, the harder it is for them to do anything to you. And an active prayer life, you can start there. A very active prayer life where you stay in prayer and pray every time you're called to pray, because Jesus will call you to pray. And pray and have a schedule and pray. You'll feel the graces. And pray the rosary if you can. Yes, and pray the rosary. The rosary is the most powerful weapon against evil. I've seen so many results, and then they took it away, and then the results came back, and then they took it away, and all that. Yes. Yes. Beware. They're desperate right now, and they are trying to keep people away from religion, Jesus, and a good, clean life. Yeah, and so, which brings me to my next point. Where did this whole, well, I know where. I have an idea of where all of this premarital sex started. It started in the 50s because I remember they sent me a clip that there was a TV show with a talk show host who was interviewing a woman, and it was so outrageous because she went on TV and admitted that she was sleeping with men, you know? And now it's outrageous if somebody doesn't sleep with men or doesn't sleep around. So, I'm chaste. I don't sleep around. And sometimes if I mention that, people look at me like I'm crazy. Like, what? What? But really, if you're not married, you should be chaste or celibate. If you're not married, you should be chaste or celibate. This is Marissa saying it. Father John, I agree. And I'm echoing what she's saying. If you're not married, you should be chaste or you should be celibate. Think of everything, okay? Think of everything that goes on in the dating pool. Pregnancies happen, diseases happen, and embarrassment happens. Lots of embarrassment. Do you want to be humiliated? And this goes for men and women. Do you really want to be humiliated? Because if you're sleeping around, eventually somebody will humiliate you. And they may do it in a public way. So, and it's just, why? Why would you take off your clothes and do anything with someone who doesn't have a commitment? Like marriage commitment. And that's what the country used to be like. They believed in marriage. This is Father John. They believed in waiting until marriage. Whether or not men did, women were expected to. But we want men to wait too. We want men and women to wait until marriage. And we know that Marissa and a few other people have started a movement among young women, and they are waiting. They are waiting until marriage, which is great. Great. But we don't want only the women to wait. We also want the men to wait as well. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good excuse. I'm a man. On whatever they say. Well, I'm a man. Well, I'm a man. What did you expect? I'm a man. I had to. I need it. It's part of what I whatever. If priests can be celibate, so can people. And I'm leaving it at that because I don't know anything else. But, so yeah. I'm glad there's a movement afoot of people waiting until they get married. And I do hope that men and women wait. Men and women wait. And the balance will be so beautiful. The balance between men and women would be so beautiful if both parties waited until marriage and it was a normal thing. This world would be so beautiful. Imagine if guys weren't on the prowl all the time, women were waiting to get married and guys were not on the prowl. They wanted to find the special woman, the the one for them, you know? And it doesn't mean just like right now, well, you could do it now, but I'm saying it doesn't just mean getting married to anyone, the first one who comes along. It means dating, like real dating, not this hookup dating. Dating. So you can get to know each other, and no expectations. I see right now because it's on my algorithm because I looked at a couple posts from some bloggers about women and their men and everything, and I see how they're putting down women or they're blaming women for not being able to find a husband or whatever, and women are on there crying because they don't know what to do. But if a man if society says, okay, men go on the prowl and women don't do anything, but they do, then it's all out of whack. Because then men look at women like, well, why did you do anything with anyone? And this is true. This is very, very true. Men and women should wait. And this is what society will be like. We are positive society is going in this direction. But Marissa makes a very good point. If men are on the prowl and they are out there trying to sleep with everyone and then try to find a wife and blame the women for being not emotionally stable because they get unstable through sleeping with men who reject them, and blame the women for not being chaste, then you have a society like we have where it's hard for women to find men or decent men. It's hard for men to find a kind of woman they want. And there's a ton of children without both parents. So that's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at, both parties. Wait. And it will happen. I know it will happen because Father John said it, but not just because Father John said it. Because when you shift everything to Jesus and you shift how you teach, how you bring up children, and you shift society's views, then things start to get equal. And for once, we'll be able to see a balance, a true balance between men and women. And it will be beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. And I'm going to leave it at that. I was going to say more and then on a different topic about more stuff that I think is important, but I'm going to leave it at that and just let you think about it. Because, I've been thinking about it too, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll just leave it at that. All right, and on that note, I'm going to this vlog, and I'm going to say I hope everybody watching has a great evening tonight and a great day tomorrow, and things go your way. All right, bye.